Hey folks, and welcome back for another video. In today's video, we're going to do a bowl lathering tutorial. The first part of the video, we're going to explain what you need, and then the second part of the video will actually make the lather for you, showing you my particular method. Look, it's not rocket science, and if you don't do it the way I do it, as long as you get a good lather that's suitable for shaving, it doesn't matter. Don't let anyone tell you your lather is poor if the shave is going perfectly, all right? So even if it doesn't look right on video or on camera, if the shave is going perfect and you're happy with it, then I say good for you. Let's start with bowls. Obviously, if you're gonna make a bowl lather, you need a bowl. And I'm just gonna show you a few options. You can really use any bowl. You can use a Gladware bowl that doesn't have anything in it. You can use a salsa bowl. You can really use any bowl. But bowls that are designed specifically for lathering do help. And the first one I'm going to show you is Pereira, and I'm not exactly sure how to say this. By the way, this bowl is available at West Coast Shaving. It's $35.99. So it's not an inexpensive bowl, but it has, you see these ridges down here? That does a couple of things. It actually helps you create lather, and also when you press your soap into that bowl, it holds it into place so your soap isn't moving around. And this bowl has ridges all the way up the sides of the bowl. And so when you get a little higher up with your lather making, that really helps. I love this bowl. It's also got a little handle there, you know, for your brush to sit in. And it's got a handle for your hand, which is cool. Great brush. This is Pereira. That's what we'll use today. And again, if I'm saying that wrong, please correct me in the comments how you say this, because I'm not sure, but it's a great bowl. Here is the Timeless bowl, and you'll see again, you see these ridges in here? That really, really helps. So this one is available, I wrote it down for you, 14 bucks at Timeless, and the ridges come a good ways up on the sides. It just helps you make a lather, and it holds your soap into place when you press it in. Really good bowl. The next bowl we're gonna show you is, and by the way, the first two bowls are plastic, and so if you drop them, no big deal. The Pereira there is called their Unbreakable Shaving Bowl. So the next offering is from Captain's Choice, and this one is copper. So it is $35.95. You see the ridges down here? Again, you press your soap in there, it sort of stays in place, and it helps you create a lather. This is a terrific bowl also, and it's handmade. You can go to Captain's Choice website, and he's got pictures of these being, you know, hammered and made. It's a beautiful piece, and it's one that, you know, if you get it, each one is unique. So this is pretty cool, $35.95. So there's our bowls, but again, you can use any bowl you want, really. You don't have to have a shaving bowl. Next, you need a brush. I recommend for new folks, synthetics, just because they're easier to create lather with and they're easier to care for. They typically don't drop hair. You don't have to worry about, it dries faster than natural hair. So you don't have to worry about problems with your brush not drying out and keeping it too wet and all that sort of stuff. This particular one is the West Coast Shaving two-tone. I'll have a link below. It's available on Amazon for, I think, 20 bucks. Sometimes at West Coast Shaving it's cheaper, like 17, depending on if it's on sale or not. It's got a 26 millimeter knot, which is a good sized knot. It is inexpensive. It does a great job. You see me using this a lot on my channel because I just love it. It will help you create a lather. You can also get an inexpensive bore brush like Omega or Samog. Zenith makes bores. I ordered one, but I've never used one yet, so you'll see that coming soon. But anyway, the West Coast Shaving synthetic, I think, is a fine choice. You can also get Badger brushes if you want to. One thing I want to caution you about, if you're just getting into this and someone tells you you need to buy a $300 Badger brush, walk away. Walk away. If they tell you you need, using specifically the term need, to buy a $300 Badger brush, walk away. Find someone else to talk to about shaving. You may decide you want that later, but you do not need it. You can get a brush for $20 under. Let's say some of the best synthetics out there, $30 and under. So you really don't need to spend any more than that. The best bores available, generally $30 and under too. Badgers are generally a little more expensive, although you can find budget badgers, which are really good for not a ton of money. But if someone tells you you must have $300 badger brush in order to create a good lather, walk away. Walk away. Next, let's talk about the soaps. Now for today's exercise, I'm going to use Sterling Sharp Dressed Man, which is a beautiful soap, a good company, good people. This is $13.60 for this tub, or $2.34 an ounce, which is a very good price per ounce. One thing I want to caution you about with soaps as well is they do get very expensive very quickly. So again, if someone tells you you must have a soap that is in excess of $5 an ounce, walk away. Later, you might decide you want it, but you do not need it starting out just to create a lather. I want to be clear on that. If you want to buy these things, that's okay, but you don't need it. And there's this distinction between the two. Anyway, I'm going to use this today, but I'm going to show you some other more widely available options in the event you don't have an artisan in your area. Arco, $5.75 for this puck, $1.83 an ounce. Now, not everybody loves the scent of Arco, but it is a good performer. It is $1.83 per ounce. Excellent price, can be found on Amazon, link below. Here we have Perazzo. This is a soap that's very commonly available. It is $10 on Amazon, $1.92 an ounce, which is an excellent price. Good stuff. A lot of people use it. Available on Amazon. The next soap we have is Cella. This soap is made in Italy. It is $14 right now on Amazon, $2.64 an ounce. Still a very good price for a very good soap. This one has an almond sort of scent. Really good soap. And last, I'm going to show you a soap that you don't need. You might want if you want to treat yourself, but you don't need it to create a good lather. This is Martin de Condé Fougere. The only reason I own this soap is because it has a scent that is unique, and I can't find it anywhere else. If I could find a cheaper alternative that smelled exactly like this, I would buy it. This soap usually in the United States goes for about $70, $9.92 an ounce. That is way up there. This would be considered a luxury product. Now it is triple milled. It will probably last forever. It's a hard soap, but $9.92 an ounce is insane. Really, for me, anything over $4.50 to $5 American per ounce is too much. And I generally will not buy products in that range, generally. This is one that I just kept because it has a terrific scent and I can't get it elsewhere. I have been through many products that have this high price tag, and I've gotten rid of all but this one. So let that fall where it may in terms of my preference. Anyway, let's get to the bowl. Let's put some soap in it and get to lathering. Stay tuned. And all right, the first thing that we're going to do is take our brush and we're just gonna get the knot a little wet. I'll let some of that water out. It's not really required. Anyway, we'll wet the knot. You don't have to wet the whole handle. I'm just making sure the knot is hydrated. And I like to squeeze out most of the water, but not all. Now we're gonna take our bowl and put it down here where you can see it. And you'll just put your brush in the bowl and just basically start making circles. We'll go around that way, we'll go around this way. You can also go back and forth. And what will happen is you'll begin to develop a paste after a relatively short period of time. And when it begins to get pasty, you add water. So I hope you can see that we're already developing some lather. It can start out a little foamy or pasty. Let's just add a little water. So we'll just add a little bit of water there. You can see that's a fair amount of water, but the soap will handle it. We'll just keep working it. We'll go around this way, we'll go around that way, and we'll just work it. And as you can see, not too much time has passed, and we're already generating a lather there. And the preference on the amount of water is really unique to the user. Like I like mine a little bit on the pasty side. Some folks like them a lot more on, like their lather, I should say, a lot more on the wet side. So we'll continue adding water and just continue working it. And as you can see, it doesn't really take a long time, and we're starting to develop lather with really not a lot of effort. It's not rocket science, all right? You're just going to put your brush in there. You're going to add water and you're going to work it. Mixing air with the water and your soap. And before you know it, if you continue working it, you'll have a whole bowl full of lather. Again, the amount of water that you use, personal preference. You can use too much, so you have to be careful. I like to add it slowly. Some people like to start by using a lot more water at the beginning. I sort of add it gradually. And as you can see there, I've got about a bowl of lather already. See it spilling over the sides there? Let's take it back in. And what you want is lather that has peaks in it and so on, that feels really slick in your hands. As you can see, it's running out the handle spout there. So let's take a look. See that? See the consistency? It's not super airy. You can hear that sort of, it's like a, I guess a meringue, or you see that? Plenty of lather with really not a lot of effort. You can run that through your hands. It's really slick. There's some cushion there. They glide easily. And that's what you want. And as you can see there, it's relatively simple. It's not rocket science. Don't let people convince you that it is. Just practice. Get yourself some soap. Get a bowl. You're sitting there watching TV. Get a little cup of water or something and practice. And really, it's not that difficult. I hope this has been helpful. I've been your host, CDB. You're not. God bless.